YouTube, what it do? God bless. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope y'all doing something productive. Hope you're having a great week. Today I'll be going over round one of the 2026 NFL draft and grading them, in my personal opinion. Side note, the Steelers and the Texans pick did not come up on here for some reason. Why? I don't know. Outside of that, let's get started with the video. With pick one, Mendoza. I'm like, everybody's not surprised by this, but me, I'll give this a B. You know, like, nothing about Mendoza game really pops out. Like, he's like a game manager type. I don't really think he's like a pick one type of guy, but he got accuracy. Like, if he got to run with his legs, he want to do it. He's just like, if you need something done, he's there. It's nothing like that stands out type. You know, like, I can't really explain it too well into words of what I'm trying to think, but everybody knew this pick was going to happen. All right, second pick, the Jets took David Bailey. I'm going to give this a A. A minus. I'll say A minus. You know, it's a wonderful pick. David Bailey was fucking phenomenal for Texas Tech in that defense this year. You mean, you didn't see how far they got with him and Jacob Rodriguez, going all the way playing up until Oregon. I'm surprised they picked him over Reese, but hearing the reports, they were saying like they shut down all their meetings with Bailey or whatnot. So I figured they got everything they technically needed from him. I'm just glad Reese isn't going to New York to die. Sadly, it got to be Bailey, but I think he'll be a great player, great addition for the defense. With the third pick, the Cardinals took Jay Love. I'm giving this a C minus. I don't know why the hell they took a running back. They just got Algier from the Falcons. They got Connor. Once this pick happened, this is when, like, the whole energy shifted for, like, the draft. Because this is, like, what the hell type pick. I don't know why they took him. Thought they was going to take Reese because they needed a linebacker. But, I mean, I guess you get the best running back in the draft at the third pick. With the fourth pick, the Titans took my boy Cardinal Tate, which I personally think is the best wide receiver in this draft class. I don't care. You can fight me about it. I'll give this a B plus because they got Cardinal coming in to play the wide receiver one role. But I low-key do feel like they was going to go J-Love, but the Cardinals done fucked that up for everybody. So, not bad. Cam Ward got Tate. He got Wanda Robinson. So now he got weapons on the outside. He don't got Calvin Ridley no more. So, just got to see how they pop up. I think they take a running back round 2 because that's like their biggest need. All right, fifth pick, the Giants took Arvell Reese. I'm giving this a A. Can't really go wrong. I'll say A plus. But I'm going to say A because I ain't going to be too biased. But I'll give it an A. Great linebacker. I mean, you get everything with this guy. I mean, ain't nothing downside with him. Keep it short and simple. All right, with the sixth pick, the Chiefs took Masnor Delane. I'll give this a B minus. I think he's the best quarterback in the draft. Could have been a B plus if they just didn't trade up to get him. I don't know why they traded up 3 picks. That was kind of dumb. Nobody was going to take this nigga. He was guaranteed to go to the Chiefs at 9 regardless. But Chiefs get a cornerback replacing Trent McDuffie. I love the pick. You get CB1 out the draft. And you didn't lose the 29th pick. All right, with the 7th pick, the Commanders took Sonny Styles. I'll give this a B plus. Only because I do think they needed a wide receiver. So I think this defense got to be like top 5 no matter what. I love Styles. But Dan Quinn's a defensive coach and Sonny Styles was there. He wasn't passing up on him regardless, no matter what would have happened. But I love the pick. They got him. They got the linebacker from the Chiefs to lead the linebacker core out there. All right, with the 8th pick, my second best wide receiver in this draft class, the Saints go with Jordan Tyson. I'll give this an A. You know, like, you got to have somebody out there with Chris Olave on the outside. I mean, Tyler Show had nobody to pass to outside of Olave. And when Derek Carr was out there playing, Olave was one concussion away from being dead. So, great pick to go out there with Show. I don't know who the Saints target in the next round, but I'm glad they didn't mess up with this one. There was no possible way they could have fucked up. All right, with the 9th pick, the Cleveland Browns took Spencer Fano. I mean, this is a great pick. I'll say A. You know, they got to build up the line for whoever the quarterback's going to be or whatnot. Hopefully it's Shedeur. Hopefully the Browns don't troll, but they need somebody back there to protect Shedeur, because I don't know what the Browns were trying to do last season, but it looked like they was out there trying to sabotage that man. Don't get me wrong, though. Sanders was definitely playing terrible, but with this pick, I see, they can get some protection, help him out. All right, with the 10th pick, the Giants took Francis. I'm not going to say his last name because I don't want to be disrespectful. I'll give this a B+. I'm very surprised they didn't take Downs. I thought Downs was the most obvious option, but you got to build protection for your quarterback. Got to start with the trenches. Even though I think Dart is a above average quarterback. I don't think he's as nice as what people make him seem, but got to get the protection back there to help him. This is a great pick. I thought he was going to be the first lineman off the board, if you was going to ask me. I didn't think Spencer was going to go before him, because I thought he was like a late first-round pick, but can't go wrong with it here. Build protection. All right, with the 11th pick, the Cowboys took the best defensive player in the draft, Caleb Downs. I don't know how Downs slipped so far, but, shit, the Cowboys, you got to be happy. This is an A+. You got the best defensive and the best safety player in this class. I don't know how he dropped so far, but I can't wait to see what you do for the Cowboys defense. Hopefully they don't treat my boy wrong out there. Can't believe he went to the Cowboys. I really thought he was going to be a Giant, but Harbaugh's not the smartest of the bunch. But, hard-hitting safety, he come down and hit shit, so. All right, with the 12th pick, the Dolphins took Caden Proctor. I'll give this a C+. But then again, they can draft receivers late round. I didn't think they was going to waste their first round on Caden Proctor. I don't know who Malik Willis is going to throw to. But, he was good last year. Not this year he just finished. He was good the previous year. I don't know what happened now. He just got a gimmick on offense, and that was that. That was pretty much just that it for this season. Great tackle, though. Don't get me wrong, but I personally would have took Mekhi Lemon if I were them. I thought Lemon was the most obvious choice. All right, with the 13th pick, the Rams took Ty Simpson. Now, I am shocked. This was the second most reach of the draft. I'll give this a C-, probably D+. I don't know what the hell the Rams are trying to do. I understand they can develop, but nobody's going to take Ty Simpson round 1. I still think he's the best quarterback in the draft. I didn't think somebody's going to take him round 1, to be honest. But like I said before, I thought Trinidad could have came up this draft and been QB1. Well, QB2 to whoever. But I don't know. This pick kind of threw me off. I can understand he developed behind Matthew Stafford or whatnot, but you waste a first-round pick on that. That's kind of bad in a draft class like this. With the 14th pick, the Ravens took Vega. Yes, thank you, God. I am so glad that we got a lineman. I had to watch Falele and other Hitler block for Lamar. Great pickup. I'll give this an A. This is the pick that I wanted. I didn't want nobody else. I didn't want no edge rusher. And I damn sure didn't want Sadiq. I love Sadiq, but I didn't want him on the team. Lamar gets some blocking. We can get a wide receiver round 2, center round 3. I would personally love Michael Trigg round 4 or 3 if we go tight end. But Vega, he was the best lineman this year, period. The nigga was in motion, killing shit. Great blocker. Didn't allow no sacks. Everything about Vega I love. All right, with the 15th pick, the Bucks took Reuben Bain Jr., second best defensive player in the draft to me. I don't know how he fell so far, but this is an A. This is an A. A+, however you want to call it. I don't know how he dropped so far because of that whatever arm measurement stuff. People in the combine are just stupid. Like, same thing happened with Kyle Hamilton. His 40 time dropped him to 14, which was one of the best safety prospects we've ever seen in our generation. Reuben Bain got small arm measurements, and he just dropped. But great best edge rusher in the draft. All right, with the 16th pick, the New York Jets took Kenyon Sadiq. I love this for the Jets. They went ahead. They got a weapon. They got him. They got Mason Taylor. Even though they got Geno, Geno's going to give them guys the ball. Like, we know what this year is for the Jets. This is let's see who's going to develop. Let's see who's going to do good and whatnot. This is one of the best tight end prospects I've ever seen. But I'm just glad he didn't go to the Ravens. That would have like really pissed my mood off. I'll give this a B plus. No other way. B plus for me. All right, with the 17th pick, the Lions took Blake Miller. I don't really know that much about him, I'm gonna be honest, but I'm not surprised they went ahead and got a line. I think that was probably like one of the downfalls they had this year and why they was like below average and whatnot. Get protection for Goff. I thought they was gonna go Dylan Thielman. I thought him or the Vikings was gonna get him because I don't know how serious that Kirby Joseph injury was. I thought they was gonna go safety, but I mean, ain't nothing wrong with building the trenches. It all start in the trenches for every single team. So this, I mean, I'll give a C+. All right, with the 18th pick, the Vikings got Caleb Banks. Now, I am shocked by this. Due to his injury and what he had, I also thought they was going to go Dylan Thielman because they just lost Harrison Smith. I don't hate the pick, but I don't like the pick. You know, like, thought he was going to go second, third round because of a broken foot, I believe was his injury. I mean, I'll give it a B-. If he lives up to what he's supposed to be, this is the hit for the Vikings. All right, with the 19th pick, the Carolina Panthers went ahead and got Monroe Freeling. I thought they was going to go Sadiq, but he had got drafted 3 spots ahead. But nothing wrong with building trenches, like I said, for your franchise quarterback, Bryce Young. We'll see how Bryce Young plays this year, coming off an above-average year. I thought they was going to go weapon or, like, go Mekhi Lemon because Mekhi Lemon dropped. I don't know how. I guess because of that little clip at the Combine. But I'll give this a B. All right, now for the Eagles, they went ahead and got Mekhi Lemon. I love this pick for them. Now, only thing is they don't have no size because I know A.J. Brown is gone. So, low-key due to that, but not due to that, I'll give this an A. Great pick for the Eagles. They got Mekhi Lemon, they got Smitty, but they got Hollywood. They got hella small receivers. But this was a great pick. The best receiver left off the board outside of Omar Cooper. I mean, shit, you can't get no better than this. Like, I don't know how he stole the award from Jeremiah Smith, but hey, great pick. I love it. We'll see what happens. All right, with the 22nd pick, the Chargers took Akeem Mesidor. I'm okay with this pick. I'll say like C+, B-. I thought they was going to go with a lineman because of what happened with Herbert this year, but you can always draft lineman day 2. I don't got a problem with this pick. I mean, outside of him being 25, he was dominant at the college level. But, I mean, I personally would have went line, but ain't nothing wrong with stacking the defense. All right, with the 23rd pick, the Cowboys took Malachi Lawrence. I don't really know that much about him. So just going to go ahead and give him the down-the-middle rating. I've seen people say he's a great edge rusher, and the Cowboys need an edge rusher after what happened this year, trading away Micah and all that other stuff. So, I mean, the Cowboys killed it. They got their safety. They got an edge rusher. Just, hey, I don't know what they're going to do with Pickens, but as long as they build the defense up, they might have a shot. All right, with the 24th pick, the Cleveland Browns took KC Concepcion. One of the most underrated receivers in this draft, if you ask me. I'm glad they're getting weapons for Shador or Deshaun, whoever's going to be the starting quarterback. I'll give this a B+. Glad they got a receiver. Didn't troll with their pick. Cannot go wrong with this. All right, with the 25th pick, the Chicago Bears took Dylan Thielman. I'm not surprised because they did just lose Brisker. I don't know why I didn't just resign him. I thought they were, but Thielman, ball hawk. Like, I watched him live in person against Penn State. That nigga is tough. He top 3 safeties in his draft class. I got him up there with Wheatley out of Penn State. But Thielman, beautiful. Everything about his game is just amazing. I'll give this an A-. He tough. I don't think the Bears going to lose too much with him. All right, with the 27th pick, the Dolphins took Chris Johnson. Also kind of shook by this. I thought they was going to go offense. But, I mean, you got one of the best cornerbacks, even though he played at San Diego State. The nigga was nice, so I'll give this a B+. You're not really losing anything. One of the best corners in this draft. I mean, shit, the film speak for itself. Damn, the nigga nice. Hopefully they draft a receiver round 2. I don't know who they're probably going to go get, but they just need to get like somebody that Malik Willis can throw the ball to. I don't know who he's throwing to now. He got to throw the ball to somebody. All right, with the 29th pick, the Chiefs took Peter Woods. Do not be fooled. Peter Woods is tough. Everybody with Clemson this year, him, TJ Parker, Cade Klubnik, I know they all ain't have the best years, but do not be fooled. Peter Woods is that nigga. I'll give this an A. I love Peter Woods. I wanted the Ravens to trade up in the first, went to go get him, but mad that he went to the Chiefs. But this nigga is nice. Do not be fooled. All right, with the 30th pick, the New York Jets took Omar Cooper, which I personally think was the best receiver in the Indiana squad by far. Like, when you go to Elijah Surratt, he don't miss a back shoulder. Charlie Beck, don't miss a catch. Omar Cooper, anything you need him to do on that field, he is going to do. I love Omar Cooper. I'm glad he didn't go to the Steelers. I love him. I love this for the Jets. I'll give this an A-. Fell to the 30th pick. You got him. You got Kenyon Sadiq. They're not going to do nothing this year, but they got some weapons. All right, with the 31st pick, the Titans took Kendrick Falk. Now, I don't know why everybody personally hate him or whatnot. Most people didn't want them, their team, to draft him. I think that he looked pretty good watching him. I don't know where this little hate came from and whatnot. Now, trading back in the first to get him, I mean, we can see what that do. I'll give it a B-. I mean, Robert Saleh is a defensive coach. He was going to take a defensive player regardless. So hopefully this turns out pretty good for them. And with the final pick in the first round, the Seattle Seahawks went ahead and got themselves Prince. I love Prince. One of the best running backs in the draft. It was either between him or Terrell. I'm glad they did not go Terrell. I'm glad they went Prince. I love this guy. I'll give this an A-. They need a running back. Prince can do everything that you need him to do. Ain't no flaws in this man game. Not for me. Outside of speed, but he can, that'll come with time and whatnot. So this is my official ranking, grading, whatever you want to call it, of the first round of the 2026 NFL Draft. I will get back with y'all later on this week. I will be going to the 76ers Game 4 in Philly, and I will be vlogging it. So hopefully it's a good game. I hope y'all have a great day. God bless.